So I'm from a city called Norwich, which is in the county of Norfolk, which is part of the UK. Like the rest of the world, we are currently in lockdown and we can't go anywhere. I was planning at this point to show you some lovely images of Norwich and to see what it looks like where I live, but I can't. So yeah, I'm in here answering questions in a car. I can't go anywhere in. Well, if I had to choose one, and I love them all dearly, it would probably be a song on our first EP, which is called Next in Line. And I like it because it's odd. It's got lots of little bits in it that I find interesting. It starts off quite slow and haunting. It's got in the middle a big sort of orchestral section and with a harpsichord. And the main line from that, "Living in the Shadow of Clouds," came from my wife when we were on a trip to London back in the days when you could still go places. And we were on a trip to the top of the Shard, which, if you don't know, is a ridiculously high skyscraper in London. And yeah, we stood at the top, and obviously you could see all the weather around you. And she just said, "Look at all those people there living under the shadow of clouds." And I thought, nice. Thank you, dear. I can be found hiding undercover. Are we looking out now for each other? I can be found hiding under. I guess I like a lot of what you would class as Britpop stuff from about 20 odd years ago. Not quite got past that yet. So things like Oasis and Blur, and probably my favourite of that era was a group called Supergrass, who are ridiculously underrated. Other than that, going back a bit, I love obviously the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and a big fan of ELO. And also a few years ago when I was growing up, a huge fan of Madness as well. Don't listen to them so much now, but still way up there for me. Very little is the answer to that. I can tell you that I record in a DAW called Cubase. If you don't know what a DAW is, look it up. I use a lot of stuff from a company called Native Instruments. I've got a Native Instruments keyboard, which is, I've got written down here because I've actually forgotten. It's a Complete Control S49 keyboard. I've got an audio interface, which is I've written it. I'll just grab a list. The audio interface, which is a Presonus Studio 24C. Now, I won that in a competition roughly just over a year ago. Used that a lot. I've also got a Scarlett 2i2, which I did use up until I won the other one. Is it any better? I don't know, but it's got much prettier lights. I also have some very old monitor speakers, which are Wharfedale. I don't even know what make they are, but I've had them for 12, 13 years, a long while. I've also got some Sennheiser, if I'm pronouncing that right. I never know how to pronounce that. Headphones, some HD600, which I use when I'm mixing, and if there's other people in the room, it makes it a little bit easier. Even though they moan because they're open back, they can still hear everything. So other than that, I've just got a couple of microphones. One is a Rode NT1A, and the other is an AKG, yeah, C1000S, which is, they're both condenser microphones, and that's it. That's what I use to record everything with, and that is basically my setup.